Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Omar, and I am back with another video presentation for you guys. So I believe this is the first, I want to say, main video that I've made since the beginning of the year. So Happy New Year to everybody. I hope y'all 2026 has been going smooth. To be honest with you, I can honestly say that the month of January has been a little rough for me, to say the least. So I'm hoping that things kind of turn around for me, uh, in the next coming months or so. But the January the year's kind of starting off a little rough. So I'm just trying to weather through the storm and just trying to get through it as best as I can. So what I want to talk about with you guys is I want to discuss how to handle failure, just in life in general, just how to handle failure. I have done this class. I have presented this topic for our boys council class at the youth advocate programs, last Tuesday. As a matter of fact, I was able to facilitate this topic and to be able to share and do this presentation in front of a group of young men, just showing them that what failure is a part of life. This is something that everybody goes through, and as easy as it is to get depressed, to get upset, to get down on yourself when failure happens, there are ways that you can handle it better as you continue on your path towards self-improvement and ultimately on your path towards success. So what I want to do is that I want to share with you guys 6 ways on how to handle failure, and then I'm going to share some of the failures of my past failures that I have in life. One of the first things I want to talk about is that when it comes down to failure, if you look in scripture in Job chapter 14, verse 1, where it says that a man born of woman is of a few days and full of trouble. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Job chapter 14, verse 1 states that a man born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. So what that means is that everybody that's walking on this earth, your lifespan is only a drop of a bucket when it comes down to eternity. When it comes down to the whole scope of things, your lifespan, whether it be 40 years, whether it be 60 years, whether it be 80 years, your 80 years of life is only a drop of a bucket when it comes down to the grand scheme of things, as far as from an eternity standpoint. And it's going to go by very quickly. It's going to go by in a blink of an eye. And with your time on earth, there's going to be days where it's going to be full of trouble. So bad things are going to happen. Not everything is going to go your way. You should expect some bad things to happen. You should expect things not to go your way, because that's just part of life. But there's ways that you can get through that. All right, so that's the first point I want to touch. Now, as far as the 6 ways on how to deal with failure, how to handle failure, the first thing that you should do, that you should understand that failure is a part of life. This is something that everybody is going to go through. This is one of, I would say, God's ways of showing that everybody's on an equal playing field. This is one of the great equalizers in life. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how good looking that you are, how much material wealth that you possess, how popular that you are, how much education, you are going to experience failure in one way or another. So it's one of those things where it's something that you can't escape, is a natural part of life. Even the most successful people that that you look up to, have had their fair share of failure, have probably failed greatly in one circumstance or another. So failure is a natural part of life, and the more that you're able to understand that, the easier it is to deal with it going forward. The second thing that you should do is that you should express how you feel when it comes to failure, whether it be through sadness, whether it be through anger, whether it be through disappointment, but you can't linger in that. You can't linger in it, and you can't let it consume you. Look, we all got emotions, and emotions help us cope with all the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, right? We have emotions, but our thing is that we should be able to control those emotions, especially when it comes down to our decision making. So yes, there are going to be days when you're going to be upset, of course. There are going to be days where you're going to be angry. There are going to be days when you're disappointed. There may be even days where you're going to be a little bit depressed that things are not going your way. Those are natural emotions. It's okay to express those emotions. But the trick is to not linger in it and to don't let it consume you, especially when it comes down to failure. Now, the third thing that you should do is have a support system. Have a support system, whether it's a close friend of yours that's part of your inner circle, whether it's a family member that you can talk to, whether it's your church minister or pastor, or even if you got to get professional help from a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist that provides therapy and counseling for you. It's always good to have a support system, especially when you're going through the lows of life. Because the dangerous thing that you can do is to keep that to yourself and not express that to anybody. The more you isolate yourself, the more dangerous that whole situation is going to become. Because a lot of time the enemy wants you to isolate yourself to get you feeling that you so low that you don't even have the courage to share whatever it is that you're going through with somebody that you can trust. So it's always good to have that support system that can help you bounce back during those times that you're low. The fourth thing that you can do is that you should learn how to enjoy those small wins. Build up on small wins. What I mean by small wins, everything doesn't have to be on a grand scale. Everything doesn't have to be some grand or great accomplishment that you gotta have a celebrate and have a huge party for. Or even if you want to post on social media, not everything is meant to be posted online. But you should learn how to build up on small wins. I've made my bed this morning. That's a small win. I cooked my meals for the day. That's a small win. I went to the gym. All right, these are some small wins that I consider small wins for myself. Going to the gym, getting the workout in for the day. Having 2 or 3 workouts in a week is a small win. Me creating a YouTube video and posting it on my YouTube page, a small win. You see what I'm saying? Learning some type of new skill is a small win. Learn how to stack up on those small wins and learn how to stack up on them consistently. Because those small wins, as small as you may think they are, you're going to start to develop patterns and habits that's going to lead to bigger and better accomplishments later on. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing that you can do is to learn to enjoy those activities that build you up mentally or physically. So like I mentioned, whether it be going to the gym, whether it be doing an outdoor workout, whether it be shooting hoops, doing agility drills, or those mental things that create that mental stimulation, watching a documentary, whether it be on Netflix or YouTube, watching some type of very, very informing documentary, or reading a book, reading a self-help book, reading a book on self-improvement, things that can build you up physically and mentally, so that way that you already have a fallback plan set in place when you're experiencing those lows or those failures in life. So that's the fifth thing, is to have have things that can build you up mentally and physically. And the last thing, the sixth thing that you should consider when it comes down to how to deal with failure is that you should learn how have some things in place that helps build you up from a mental or emotional standpoint. Have some things that help you decompress. I've always talked about how you should have hobbies in life, things that you actually enjoy doing in your downtime to go along with your 9 to 5 or whatever type of job that you may have. Things that you look forward to doing on your days off or on the weekends. You should always have that in life because it helps create that work-life balance for you. So that way that you're not gonna be so stressed out about the worries and cares of this life, the worries and cares that's in the workplace, because you got some things that can counter that, that can balance that out on your off time. So have those things that you like to do, whether it be crocheting, whether it be doing quilts, whether it be doing some type of artwork, doing some type of pottery, going out playing sports, taking a nice hot shower, taking a bubble bath, soaking up in some Epsom salt, getting a massage, doing yoga. Have some things in place that can help you decompress. So those are the 6 things on how you can hit on things that you can do as far as how to deal with failure. Now, me myself, I just turned 38 on January the 3rd. So yeah, I had my fair shares of failure. I mentioned on a video before, my senior year of high school, I quit my varsity football team because I felt as though I wasn't getting the playing time that I worked for and that I deserved. You see what I'm saying? So I've experienced failure at an early age. I got fired from multiple jobs. I got fired from Stations Casinos. I got fired from other jobs when I was living out there in California. You know, being fired from jobs. That was another way that I experienced failure in my lifetime. I didn't pass my CDL in order to get my CDL for a job that I was striving for when I was in California. That was another failure of mine. Me moving to California and things not working out, and now I had to relocate back in Vegas in February 2024. I relocated out there August of 2021, and I ended up relocating back to Vegas February 2024 because things didn't necessarily work out. Getting turned down by women that I was interested in. You know what I'm saying? Those were considered small failures because sometimes a woman is going to choose another guy over you. Sometimes a woman just may not be that attracted to you. You may not be that woman's cup of tea, but you can't let that get to you. You can't take that personal. Because just like there's some women who are not going to like you or not going to be attracted to you, there are going to be some women who are going to be attracted to you or who want to like you for who you are. So that's my video today. Hopefully y'all can gain something from that. And I will catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.